Barbara Demick's Nothing to Envy, Ordinary Lives in North Korea, 2009, is a powerful work of narrative journalism that illuminates the hidden lives of ordinary North Koreans. Drawing on years of interviews with defectors, Demick reconstructs the daily struggles, hopes, and heartbreaks of people living under one of the world's most secretive regimes. Her central thesis is clear. Behind the propaganda and isolation, North Koreans live lives of quiet resilience, marked by both suffering and humanity. Demick's narrative style is empathetic, vivid, and deeply human. She avoids sensationalism, instead focusing on the intimate details of everyday life, love stories, family meals, whispered conversations that reveal the human cost of dictatorship. The atmosphere of the book is haunting yet compassionate, balancing despair with moments of tenderness. The first major theme of the book is ordinary lives. Demick emphasizes that North Koreans are not faceless subjects of propaganda, but individuals with dreams, relationships, and struggles. From here, Demick introduces love and resilience. She recounts stories of young couples navigating romance under surveillance, families enduring famine, and individuals risking everything for freedom. Another cornerstone of the narrative is famine and survival. Demick portrays the devastating famine of the 1990s, showing how ordinary people coped with hunger, loss, and the collapse of social structures. The climax of Nothing to Envy builds around defection and freedom. Demick recounts how some of her subjects escaped to South Korea, facing both liberation and disorientation. Freedom was not simple. It required rebuilding identity in a new world. The resolution affirms Demick's belief that telling these stories is essential. She insists that by listening to defectors, the world can understand the human reality behind North Korea's secrecy. Demick begins with portraits of 6 defectors, weaving their stories into a collective narrative. She describes their lives in Chongjen, a city far from Pyongyang's showcase propaganda. These individuals, teachers, lovers, workers, represent the diversity of ordinary North Koreans. The ordinary lives theme is central. Demick emphasizes that despite propaganda, people lived with the same desires as anyone else, to love, to eat, to dream. She recounts for young couples courted in secret, how families shared meals, and how individuals nurtured private hopes. The love and resilience section adds depth. Demick recounts the story of Miran and Junsing, a young couple whose romance was constrained by surveillance and fear. Their love story becomes a symbol of resilience, showing how intimacy survived even under dictatorship. The famine and survival narrative is harrowing. Demick describes the 1990s famine, when millions starved. She portrays families boiling grass, children fainting in schools, and communities collapsing under hunger. Yet she also shows resilience, neighbors helping each other, individuals finding ways to endure. The climax builds around defection. Demick recounts how her subjects risked everything to escape, crossing rivers and borders under threat of death. Freedom brought relief, but also disorientation. Defectors struggled with guilt, identity, and the challenge of adapting to South Korea. The resolution affirms Demick's belief in storytelling. By telling these stories, she humanizes North Koreans, breaking through propaganda and secrecy. She insists that the world must see them not as statistics but as individuals.